Crusher 1 meet Can Crusher 2. The Big Bad Pirate versus Michael Venom Page goes down this weekend. And this is a battle of the Can Crushers. Who has beaten the most crap opponents in their run up in the UFC so far? And here's what we've got here. Michael Venom, you know what? I'm being unfair. Michael Venom Page only has one win against Kevin Holland, who is a can in all honesty, especially in the middleweight division. But actually in the welterweight division, he's kind of a decent fighter. He's a bigger dude than he's in the middleweight division. He's not a guy that gets completely overwhelmed by sheer size, power, and mass in the welterweight division like he does in the middleweight division against anyone that knows how to grapple. Michael Venom Page was about equal in size to that guy, and he did end up beating him on the feet. It was a goofy fight, kind of looked unskilled at times, maybe just because of the awkwardness of Michael Venom Page, and that's what's going to be the big game changer in this fight. Shara Magomedov is a technical fighter. He's a very X's and O kind of fighter. He will go out there, he will throw out the jab, he will bounce on his feet, and he will be very nice and crisp with his striking. No one is doubting that. But the problem here is Michael Venom Page makes fool out of men that do that shit. Michael Venom Page, for the most part, on the feet, can throw some powerful leg kicks. Like, he has busted open shins with those leg kicks. He has some unorthodox striking on the feet. And he isn't that small. The fact that he was Kevin Holland's size at welterweight would kind of just suggest to me that he'll be around Kevin Holland's size in the middleweight division. Like, he was as big as him. I think he'll fill up just fine. Shara Magomedov is not the biggest middleweight in the world. And while he is technical, again, like I said, Michael Venom Page is a bit of a goofy, and he makes you look like a trash fighter, or trash striker at least. Like, by putting you in some traps, let's be honest here, on the feet, like, the guy is very unorthodox. His speed is to be marveled at. He was beating Ian Gary on the feet in the welterweight division. And in the welterweight division, Ian Gary is a quick, fast fella. And now, don't get me wrong, Ian Gary, split decision to Jeff Neal, so you're automatically thinking to yourself, oh my god, Jeff Neal is absolute crap. Why is old mate Ian Gary going to a split decision with him? But Jeff Neal is still far better than anyone that Shara Magomedov has even thought about fighting. I mean, the guy's name ends with a V, and the guy is fighting like a guy whose name ends with a V in terms of padding out their record to make sure that they get as many wins with an O next to their name as possible. Now, unlike the rest of the fighters whose names end with a V, Shara Magomedov has not displayed anything that suggests that he's some high-level grappler that can control his opponents on the ground. Nothing has suggested that so far. Shara Magomedov, in fact, was kind of getting controlled by Bruno Silva, who is also a complete and utter trash can in the UFC division. I think he's been cut now, as he should be. But he was robbed against Weidman, don't get me wrong. But again, like I'm saying, we have a can crusher in Shara Magomedov fighting another can crusher in Michael Venom Page. But now the fact that they're fighting each other, are they both cans, or are they both just like some really good fighters who can crush some really easy cans? What can happen in this fight? Here's what can happen. I think on the feed, Michael Venom Page is way too fast for Shara Magomedov. And I will start off by saying immediately, the one-eyed man with his one-eye plan will not get the one-eyed Stan to crumble in this fight, man. And here's the thing. Shara Magomedov, he has shown that every time someone throws a left jab at him, he is eating that shit, man. Like that eye, he says he can still see a little bit out of it. You know what I mean? Why did I choose to take that accent? That's not even an accent. Does he speak English? I don't think he does. Shara Magomedov is saying right now, even though I have one eye that is basically blind, by the way, it looks blind, I can still see a little bit out of it. I'm not completely blind, but in fact we know he is actually blind with that eye. Every time someone's thrown a left jab, he has eaten it to his face. He's not, let's not pretend like this is like this, oh my god, his eye doesn't really affect him, it just makes him look cooler. And as we know in MMA, the cooler you look, the better you are at fighting. Just ask Luke Rockhold. But anyway, I don't think that's going to end well for him. I think Michael Venom Page is going to completely exploit that thing. I mean, GSP, without even knowing that someone like, you know, what's his face, Michael Bisping had only one eye, was able to completely counter, go towards his bad eye, and make him move in that direction so he can eat shots that he doesn't see coming. I think something very similar can happen here. Michael Venom Page is shown to be a high level enough of a striker to the point where he can do that to him. And let's be honest here, Michael Venom Page will make a fool out of men that try to be all technical and stuff, because the guy is very unorthodox. Like, these shots are coming from all directions. I think he will be able to catch Shara Magomedov. I think he could finish him, but I don't think he will finish him. And here's why. This is in... I don't know why, but for some reason there's just a rigging in the air, right? Like, something in the air says, a rigging will occur, because it's not a coincidence that Shara Magomedov has fought 3 times in last year, and all 3 of those fights got a performance bonus. Now, I'm not saying that the fights are rigged by any means, but he's been clearly given fights that he can win. Maybe the UFC in this fight thinks, oh my god, let's give him Michael Venom Page, a big fighter. He's a big man, you know what I mean? We'll get the big money out of this guy. That's probably what they're thinking. But really, Michael Venom Page is a very technical dude. Like, he's a welterweight moving up to middleweight. He's carrying over the skills from welterweight to the middleweight division. He's carrying over his speed. He's added some size. Shara Magomedov is not the biggest middleweight on the planet. He's actually kind of small if you think about it. Michael Venom Page is a big welterweight. I think when they meet at the middleweight division, with Michael Venom Page's body being kind of like filled out, I think you'll see some more power from Michael Venom Page. I think we'll see some more speed from Michael Venom Page, who's not completely depleted anymore. I think we're going to see some really strong striking from Michael Venom Page, and I can see Shara Magomedov in this training camp training the wrestling to nullify Michael Venom Page, but I think Michael Venom Page can also use his own wrestling. Let's be honest here, in that fight against Ian Gary, unless Michael Venom Page doesn't, if he doesn't, you know what, if he doesn't just basically in the 3rd round say, you know what, Ian Gary, I've got you on the ground, I could easily win this fight if I just hold you down for 2 more minutes, but I want a nice honorable fight on the feet to see who's the better striker, who's the better man. Put it there, mate, let's do it, mono a mono, man to man, let's put it together. And then Ian Gary said, fuck that, I'm not an idiot like you are, mate, and then just goes for a takedown and just beats Michael Venom Page. And that's what actually happened. Michael Venom Page, if he can mix in his own grappling, I'm not looking at Shara Magomedov thinking, oh my god, Shara Magomedov, this guy, how are you shooting on him? This guy's a crazy grappler. Get ready for some insane scramble. I'm thinking to myself, okay, hold him against the fence for a couple of seconds, couple of minutes, maybe even, depending on how lenient the referee is. Probably not very lenient. They don't want him to lose in Sweet Saudi money 7 or 8, whichever number we're up to. They don't want him to lose. So they're thinking to themselves, okay, Michael Venom Page, break this up immediately, but if Shara Magomedov does the same thing, they probably wouldn't do the same thing for him. A lot is going against Michael Venom Page. We have seen robberies happen in Sweet Saudi 6 when Renat Frekelekbelop. I'm not being disrespectful, I'm just trying to be funny, guys, come on. Lost a fight, all 3 rounds, to that guy that he fought, whose name is just completely, is it Leal? Something Leal? It was something Leal, right? It's completely slipping his name is slipping my mind right now. But he lost all 3 rounds. They gave him the fight anyways. A complete robbery. Hinat Fadinov was like, oh my god, I don't think I lost that fight. Even though he clearly lost that fight. Whatever though. If you're of the belief that this is going to be a clear and cut robbery, and no matter what Michael Venom Page does, he cannot beat Shara Magomedov in Sweet Saudi 8, then I can see your point. But I am going to go with the fighter I think will win. I think there's a better chance that Michael Venom Page KOs Shara Magomedov, the one-eyed big man, pirate man. And the UFC is going to lose a star, man. The UFC is going to lose a star. Because Shara Magomedov went the full 3 rounds with someone like Michael Okuchukwu. I'm sorry if I'm disrespecting the name. It's not like I have a very white name or easy to pronounce name. It's not like my name is actually Joe Smith. You know, like, don't get me wrong. But from what I'm seeing, and from what I know that Shara Magomedov can't see, I've got to go with Michael Venom Page. I'm going 3 rounds against Michael Garbage is kind of disgraceful, considering Kevin Holland got him out in the 1st round, and Kevin Holland in the middleweight division is complete and utter garbage. I'm sorry. Like, I know he was in the top 10 at one point. I just don't give a shit. Every time he fought a grappler, he showed no resiliency, nothing to show that he could actually stuff takedowns. The only time he has done that is in the welterweight division. Hopefully Michael Venom Page isn't that, and hopefully Shara Magomedov is not just completely changing his game plan and going for the wrestling, and any sort of grappling control will lead him to winning every single round. Michael Venom Page, despite the speed and the size and the power and all that stuff, does for some reason go to close fights, but the pick will be Michael Venom Page, and there is money on the line. There is big money, big moolah on the line, $125. I act very zesty in these videos, but I could not be any straighter, I promise you that. Michael Venom Page is going to be the pick, and again, like I said, Michael Venom Page, I think the experience is a factor here. Like, Michael Venom Page has fought a bunch of, like, he's fought way more cans than Shara Magomedov has faced, and he's beaten more cans. Like, he knows what these guys are bringing to the table. He's working on his striking. If the grappling isn't an issue, and we're just going to see a fun fight between Michael Venom Page and Shara, Gotta go with Michael Venom Page. If it was someone like Wonder Boy, then I would be like, okay, well, you gotta go with Shara. He's bigger, he's, you know, whatever. Wonder Boy's older, slower, all these things. But Michael Venom Page, 37. He's on his way to getting fossilized. Turns 38 this year. But again, like I said, the pick has to be Michael Venom Page here. I mean, it's just good money, and I'm surprised that this should be a 50-50 fight. It's a pick-em fight, in all honesty. Surprised that he's the underdog. Should be a barely an underdog, like $2 to $1.80 kind of underdog. But hey, whatever. More money for me to win, right? Anyway, that's the entire video. Michael Venom Page will be the pick. I do think he gets it done, and I do think it will be somewhat of a sour taste in the Middle Eastern fans' mouths, because their guy will lose, and the UFC's probably thinking to themselves, oh my god, this guy, beautiful striking, hugely marketable. We're gonna get a win here. Next time we put him up against Israel Adesanya, Robert Whittaker. That's not gonna happen. If he fought those guys, he'd completely expose. And honestly, Shara is a bit amateurish when it comes to fighting, like... Well, I mean, I can't really say he hasn't fought them, but like, in comparison to them, he's a bit amateurish on the feet. Like, compared to them, like, it isn't as fast, he's not as crisp, he's not as technical. He can beat a bunch of cans, but Michael Venom Page has beaten enough cans himself to the point where I don't think he's a can. Who can win this fight? Like I said before, Michael Venom Page is a pick. Like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe! I am at 213 subscribers. The goal is 250. Please get me to that goal. I'll see y'all next time. I don't usually make videos on the co-main event of Fight Nights, but this one was a fun one to make a video on. And Shara's a big name, so hopefully I get some views out of it. That's my goal. I'm being upfront about it. And I have money on the fight, so I just thought, fuck it. Anyway, like I said, do your job. Click that button. I'll see y'all next time. Notification bell, hit it.